Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron. The podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially on TikTok.
Whoa. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are. So our handle is FMOFM Podcast, the same as the rest of our socials.
Right.
Yep. And we have a very sweet admin. Her name is Sarah Roddenberry.
She's the best.
She is the best. She runs our TikTok. She is the wife of our business manager, Phil.
Okay, we're just doxing her?
We keep it in the family.
Her address and phone number are as follows. No, she's very, very gifted, and she's running our TikTok for us. We appreciate that. Yeah. So if you're on there and you want something to watch in the middle of the night, follow our TikTok page.
About that, though, it seems like Sarah's kind of trying to take over my job.
That's what I was going to point out.
I went to TikTok today, and
is she doing icebreakers or main stories?
She was headlines. Just doing headlines. And so I think
Cameron, we got to have a meeting actually about your performance.
When we brought her on, we had a business meeting last week,
right?
And we said, how can we make Cameron's Cameron's headlines more attractive?
Right. Yes.
And we all voted unanimously, the entire team, to have it be somebody besides Cameron.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sarah is on board.
Right.
Yes. We appreciate her. We appreciate you guys following us. We're kidding. Cameron's got headlines right now, don't you?
I don't know. I mean, I did, but now I'm feeling a little.
Give him a raise.
I'm feeling a little grumpy.
All right, raise.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Feel a little grumpy.
Okay, headlines. All right, so our first headline is about a Florida man in Citrus County.
Okay.
All right, we have this whole issue going on right now with this whole pipeline and this gas shortage, supposed gas shortage.
Yep. Hackers.
Well, there's not really a gas shortage in Florida due to a pipeline.
Right.
There's really only a gas shortage in Florida due to people hoarding gas.
Oh, the panic buyers.
The panic buyers that are going out and buying all the gas and hoarding it. So this is an issue.
Same thing happened with toilet paper.
Right. Yeah.
During
toilet
COVID.
paper a year ago.
I could store toilet paper.
Did you guys see the video of a lady putting gas in like a plastic bag?
Loved it. Yep.
Like
I clicked
trash
on
bag.
it.
That's how you make napalm.
Well, she double bagged it.
Right. When the federal government has to put out disclaimers that say, do not fill plastic bags with gasoline.
I'm comfortable watching from afar.
You don't want to be that person that made that memo go out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we have this Florida man in Citrus County that took his Hummer to go get some gas.
Okay. Right.
It's a big tank.
Takes a lot of gas in a Hummer.
Takes a lot of gas in a Hummer.
It's a big Jeep, basically.
Okay. And so he goes and fills up his Hummer. Then he proceeds to fill up 4 5-gallon gas tanks.
Well, if he's got to, take a trip to the Target once a week, then he's going to need that gas.
He's going to need the extra
100%.
gas. Right. And so he fills up these 4 5-gallon gas tanks, put them in the back of the Hummer. Now, it's not a truck, so it's closed in.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm sure he's smelling these fumes. Well,
Smells
he didn't make it very far until somehow... I would hope.
Did he start his car?
He started his car and he drove off because he didn't make it like right to the edge of the gas station.
Gross.
And then his Hummer was just completely ablaze. And so I would hope that he wasn't dumb enough to light like a cigarette or something.
He was vaping.
Save the gas for other people. Just put it in your car like normal. Don't worry about saving it.
Also sell your Hummers.
Yeah, Hummers should be long gone by this point.
I got nothing to say. I mean, I'm happy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
I'm glad he's safe. I'm glad the Hummer was torched.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. One less Hummer on the street.
Amen.
All right. So we have a Florida man.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was found in North Carolina, and police pulled him over from a faulty license plate light.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Okay, which you gotta watch those.
I got that right now.
If
Mine's
you're
like
listening,
strobe light right now.
If you're listening, you better go check your license plate light.
Yeah,
because you can get pulled over for that and then find out that this person who was pulled over had been supposedly dead for nearly 20 years.
Okay.
Right.
What?
So this guy got pulled over.
A haunted car?
He gave the police his supposedly fake name. Okay.
Yeah. Abe Lincoln.
James Sweet.
Oh.
No.
James Sweet was the name that he gave.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that this name did not exist in the database
In the world.
Right.
Wow.
Anywhere. And
Jim
so
Sweet.
they ended up taking him to jail.
Okay.
To try to figure out who he was. He was booked under John Doe. And then this guy basically came clean. He's like, listen, my name's Benny. I faked my death 20 years ago.
What?
So a
tag light got him?
Yeah.
And a tag light got him.
Leave it to the cops to arrest a ghost.
And so he basically he told cops that in the 70s and 80s, he had some run-ins with narcotics. And so at this time in 1989, he was worried that the cops were onto him. They were tailing him. He thought that he was going to get caught and get arrested.
It's not like narcotics to make one paranoid.
No.
Yeah, right.
Shouldn't.
And so he ended up, him and his fiance and his daughter were at the beach in Daytona.
Oh, no.
And he decides to fake his death. So he faked a drowning at Daytona Beach. Lifeguards look for him for days.
I love it.
And the police there say... and again, this happened in 1989. Police there say at this time that, it didn't make any sense. Like they did think that the drowning was suspicious because if a body drowns right off the coast,
come on, Cam,
it comes back.
Right. And I've always said that. Right. Like a yo-yo.
Yeah, jeez.
Yep. Say your full quote.
It's a fact. If a body goes in, it always comes back. And I've said that about the ocean for as long as I can remember.
Okay. Well, so it was a suspicious thing. They're not sure if his fiance knew about it. They can't find her. She might have faked her own death too.
Oh, jeez,
the whole family a ghost.
Well, so
who's James Sweets?
Nobody.
No, okay.
He's the ghost. Oh. But anyways, this police officer in North Carolina was basically, once he got the real name, he was checking to see if that was a real name, and he found some kind of post from a daughter that was looking for her father.
Oh, no.
And gave the name, and this happened in like 2007.
Quote. She knows our quote too,
right? But she didn't know that he faked his death.
Yeah,
I love that. Okay,
hold on, because he was living in North Carolina with he had gotten remarried and had another child.
Oh my gosh,
that trickster.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So he fakes his death. Yeah. Gets pulled over for a tail light that's funky.
Yeah.
And then gives the name James Sweet.
I love it, actually.
Yeah, but he'd been probably using that for 20 years.
Yeah.
But if he had said
he's James
Sweet. If he had
Sweets.
said like Bill Johnson, James Johnson, they would have been like, well, there's 3,000 of you in this county.
Yep.
I don't know. Just the thing is here, if you have issues with narcotics,
what?
Yeah.
Just go get help and find somebody, or let yourself be arrested.
Can I just? I'm so sorry.
Don't fake your death. Don't fake a drowning.
I'm stuck on this. I need to go back. Okay. They're on
Option
family.
3.
They're on family vacation.
Yeah, right.
In Daytona.
Riptide.
Homie walks into the water like Godzilla just finished messing up Tokyo. He walks into the water.
The lifeguard said there was nobody swimming in that area.
No, he goes under, swims to the other side of the dock, comes up. They ring the police.
Yeah.
My dad just drowned.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
then where does he go?
The child was 4. So.
Yeah.
My dad just drowned.
Yeah.
There it is. Was that a recording?
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know where he went. That's what I'm saying.
Like, where do you hide for 20 years?
Well, he went to Alabama at some point, but the thing is, that's why they're not sure if the fiance was in on it. Because it doesn't, like, she basically was like, oh yeah, he was in the water and we couldn't.
He was having a blast. And then
he was
just
swimming
went under
with a shark, and then we couldn't find him.
Yeah,
he ate too soon.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't wait his 30 minutes.
Well, he said, I'm gonna hold my breath for a long time, and then she's
How
like,
long?
I'm just waiting
20 years. I wonder if it wasn't the narcotics charge he was afraid of.
Okay.
Maybe he was just done with his fiance.
Who knows?
And he faked the death.
I think there are other options.
But that's
like what though?
Take the ring back.
Oh, nah.
I mean, no.
That's hard.
No, fake the death.
Yeah,
fake the death. Yeah. Blame it on the beach.
Yeah. Daytona's dangerous anyways.
Riptides.
Yeah.
This is actually interesting. So the police officer from Daytona that was in charge of this case at this time, he was at this point now is trying to find the lifeguard to basically like, dude, you didn't miss anything.
Whoa.
You know, because he's like,
because that guy thought he lost somebody.
Right.
Well, when you apply for lifeguards, it's like, have you ever lost somebody?
Right.
He can never get a job. He's like, you can't work in this town again, Mr. Guard.
Yeah, I lost James Sweet.
Geez. Our next one is about a Florida woman went to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Oh, we've been there.
Right.
Yeah,
it's a fun time. Yeah.
It's shaped like a guitar now, right?
That's the one in Miami.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you win some, you lose some. Specifically, this lady lost about $300.
Not bad.
No, not too bad. Playing slot machines. I think $380.
Okay.
Playing slot machines. Well, she got upset.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to lose.
No.
Upset enough to drive all the way back to her motel in St. Pete or Clearwater, get on the phone, call the casino, and say, "I planted a bomb in the casino."
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
So here's the thing.
I got nothing for this. This is
380, and she's so mad that she's like, I called in a bomb threat.
Exactly.
Now she voluntarily made these bets.
Well, she's a regular, they say.
Oh no!
But she was so upset about this one night. She goes back to her motel. She gets on her cell phone.
Yeah.
Of all things, she uses her own personal cell phone. Calls them. I mean, police had her like almost instantly.
Yeah, if I lose $400, I'm not happy.
No,
but I'm not bomb threat angry.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not giving her an out here. But
No.
are there any
here we
like
go.
flowers or plants called bombs? And then you go like, I planted a bomb.
Right.
You're welcome.
I see what you're saying. I was so upset I put a flower in the casino.
Yes.
I see what you're saying. No, I don't think so. I think she should go to prison or go to Daytona.
Amen.
Oh no!
Take a swim.
Come on.
What?
No, but this is interesting. She also has 2 other active non-extraditable warrants for terroristic
that was a
bomb
mouthful.
threats.
Wait, what?
Terroristic bomb threats?
That's your hobby?
I was just gonna sneak that in. Yeah.
That's a bad hobby. What's her name?
Hold on.
Because I want her to know we don't approve of this.
Okay.
Don't
her
say
name.
it.
I didn't say it because I don't know how to say it. Adele Belizaire.
That's easy. Yeah.
Adele, have a listen. Don't do that no more.
Yeah. Stop making terrorist threats.
Stop making bomb
Hold on.
threats.
You know,
two active non-extraditable warrants for terroristic bomb threats.
I knew. Yeah, the first time you said it, I got it.
They had to write that one for her. They had to write that charge for her.
So,
probably.
okay, so like people that drunk drive and they
Right.
get caught.
Shame.
Cops are like, well, then you've probably done it 20 times if you got caught once.
Right.
I see
How
what
many
you're saying.
times do you think this lady got away with it? Like, you gave me 19 pepperonis on my pizza.
Bomb threat.
Bomb. I planted
She's
a bomb.
been caught for 3 bomb threats.
Yeah. She's
So
made
you're
50.
saying she's probably done 21 at least.
She's done 60 bomb threats.
Good Lord.
Easy.
Yeah.
Adele.
She was like one of those people that's why you had to wait out in the, on the baseball field for like hours
Yep.
in
At
high
school.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Our next one. We'll move on before Wayne can sing anymore.
I'm hangry.
He's
We
singing?
have 2 Florida fishermen. Okay.
I love them.
They're down at the docks. All right. For some reason, they're not happy with each other. Frank and Garth. Okay.
Oh, because Garth
I've seen
pulled
that
up
movie.
Garth pulled up that big snapper.
Right.
Old Frank and Garth. So
Yeah.
2 fishermen. They started fighting near a dock in Madeira Beach.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's see. One of them takes a beer bottle.
Right.
Hits the other one over the head.
Textbook.
Nice.
Frank.
All right.
Nice.
And then went to this guy's apartment.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
The one that got hit with the beer bottle.
Yes.
You know, he needs some kind of revenge.
Retribution.
Right.
Okay.
So, you're not happy getting hit with a beer bottle. So he goes to this guy's apartment and then stabbed him in the abdomen
Well, okay.
with a sharp, detached bill of a swordfish.
Okay.
My guy stabbed him with a swordfish.
Okay.
2 fishermen. No, I don't think it's sunk in. 2 fishermen
hold
are
on.
fighting.
Okay.
One gets hit with a beer bottle. The other one gets
Are we
stabbed
in a
with a
cartoon?
swordfish.
Is this a cartoon?
Did he say on guard?
I don't know.
Because if you do, it's a sparring match
Well,
and you can't be held accountable.
Right. So just to clear things up, Garth was the one that hit Frank in the head with the beer bottle.
That's a Garth thing to do.
right.
Garth.
And then he goes and stabs him.
That is absolutely insane. If I was a cop, I wouldn't even believe it.
Are there like detached swordfish bills laying around?
This guy murdered a swordfish and then tried to murder a human with the swordfish.
Good God. This goes deep.
What's his name? Must have been like...
So does that swordfish, Finn.
Yeah, he does.
I can't.
Is he in prison now?
Well, it's a bill, not a fin.
Yeah, it's a bill.
Yeah, it's on his mouth. It's not on his arms.
They were held
with a swordfish arm.
They were held without bond for aggravated battery, both of them. And they said that, the guy that got stabbed with a swordfish, he's in fair condition.
Oh, yeah, he's mildly upset.
Not great.
He was stabbed with a fish.
Yeah, he's still got a fish in him.
But that's a great story.
I feel like it's so absurd that if I was the king cop that night, I would go in there and go, look, if you both apologize, I'll let you off. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's one of those things
where... The guy got stabbed through the abdomen.
With a fish.
Do you think he dressed up like a swordfish?
Oh.
And the guy was super drunk, and he's like, I was just stabbed by a swordfish. How'd that sound?
Yeah, right in the belly.
Welcome to another round of Florida Men on Florida Man Fans on Florida Men on Florida Man. That's FMOFMFOFMOFM for those of you with a healthy thirst for acronyms. And I'm Jason, your community manager. What's going on, guys?
What's that?
Hey. My man.
It sounds like it's getting longer.
I feel like it has gotten longer. Are you sneaking more letters in there?
Listen, I'm not adding letters, but I'm trying to make
Are you padding?
Up just
You're
a
padding
little bit.
the acronym.
I still love it, though.
All right. So some quick info before we get started. This is a segment we like to do every now and then where we take questions from you guys, the listeners, and the host answer them right here on the show. And so if you follow us on social media and you see a post asking for question submissions, that's what this is. And you guys ready to do this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're going to keep it local to start. This is Darren out of Orlando, Florida. He says, would you rather eat cereal for the rest of your life or soup? Let's go to Josh first.
Well, I like a good sausage and lentil. So
he says that all the time.
You always say that.
I love a good Count Chocula. I think I could do soup for breakfast more than I could do cereal for din and lunch. So I'd go soup forever.
I think the discrepancy would be the temperature, because like is it cold soup, that changes my answer.
I've had a strawberry soup.
Yeah.
Gazpacho.
Sure.
I'm comfortable.
Italian can making an appearance.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with Josh's answer on that one. I think I would go soup as well.
I think I would go soup because my belly can't handle that much milk.
Same.
Okay.
Darren from Orlando. That's a good question.
Yeah.
All right, this next one comes from Alex in Richmond, Virginia. He says, what movie is so bad it's good?
Oh.
That's tough.
I would say half the ones Josh wants to review.
Yeah, every single one. Josh, go ahead and take one.
Again? I mean, there's one that seems to have a lot of favorites. Twister. I just think it's garbage.
That's a good movie, though.
Twister's a good movie. I mean,
it's one of my favorites. I just wanted to talk about Twister again.
I know. Okay, a movie that's so bad it's good. Yep. I just watched it recently. Actually, is the original Twilight movie. The movie is incredibly funny, and I'm 99% sure it's not supposed to be.
It's definitely not supposed to be.
Yeah. No.
Twilight. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 150-year-old vampire gaslighting a 17-year-old girl. Hangs out in her room when she's trying to sleep. It's hilarious.
Sounds like a real joke.
Sounds hot.
As a father of daughters, I hate it.
Okay, that's why.
All right, before we do this next one, listen, we're going to talk about Josh for a second.
Here we go.
Come on.
You guys have mentioned several times, everybody that listens to the show knows this, Josh was a rich kid, right? And as a rich kid,
okay, wow, I didn't know we were doing this.
He was a well-traveled kid.
Right.
Well, yeah.
And this next question is from New South Wales in Australia. That's the state in Australia or province. I don't remember which it is, but it's where Sydney is. So, Josh, can you give us three facts about New South Wales in Australia one time?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's an easy one.
Okay.
They're actually known. They have the most peakless hills.
Peakless hill?
Yeah.
What? I can't even say that.
Peakless hills.
Peakless hill.
Truncated hills.
Okay.
Basically.
I see what you're saying.
That's not a fact. That's an opinion.
Read a book. Scientists measure this.
If somebody says that hill's not that pointy and somebody else says it's kind of pointy.
No, there's a radius that determines if it's a pointy.
There's a science to it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your next one?
They do produce the most mediocre Olympic athletes. Like they're not that great. And they're not that terrible, but like right in the middle.
Listen, we have a lot of Australia listeners that are not going to be very happy with Josh at this
What's
point.
really odd is that, what was this town called again? I just want to hear your pronunciation.
He didn't give me the town. New South Wales is the state.
New South Wales. Okay, I want to make sure your pronunciation was right.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Sounds like yours might be a bit off yourself.
Oddly enough, this actually ties into Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks' dad actually discovered the New South Wales River there.
Really?
Yeah. Really?
He was the first one to see a river.
I had no idea that he
in the 20th century.
He was an explorer.
Okay.
And he's like, that must be the New South Wales River.
The new one, yeah.
There aren't many explorers born in the 50s.
He was a well-traveled man also.
He was.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So we got a little background. Thanks, Josh. We appreciate that.
Anytime.
So
anytime
Mackenzie from New South Wales, Australia. They say, who is an entertainer or an artist that you look up to?
Okay.
That's a great question.
It's a pretty good question, yeah.
I honestly, there's a comedian from the UK called Bob Mortimer.
He loves them.
I love Bob Mortimer, man. He's on my bucket list of guys that I genuinely want to meet. It's a very small list of like celebrities, I guess, but like he's at the top. Just a sweet, very, very funny guy. And I look up to the way he is on camera and off camera. He's like a good dude. So yeah, Bob Mortimer for me.
Mine's usually like songwriters and like just like I have a lot of respect for certain songwriters.
Weird Al.
Of those, Weird Al is the top.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama is second.
Steve.
Dallas Green is one of the guys. Who'd you say?
Steve Obama.
Dallas Green from City and Color. Yeah,
Come
one
on.
of the best songwriters.
Yep.
Love,
That's very true.
Love his stuff.
Very
I would
true.
love to just talk to him about anything really.
We'll see if we can make that happen.
I think so. Go ahead.
Me, it's probably like Salvador Dali.
Nice.
Because he once pushed a kid off a bridge, he said, to see what it looked like.
What?
Yeah, it's in his autobiography.
That's your reason to meet him? Because he pushed a kid off a bridge?
Well, he didn't get in trouble for it. He was like 13. The kid was 9. He pushed him off a bridge. That was like 20 feet.
Oh, so the kid lived.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we got to edit this out.
No. Pushed him off a bridge. And that, made Salvador Dali cool.
No, I see what you're saying. So he wanted like to visualize it.
Yeah,
because he's a painter.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
And
get
then
that.
he went and painted Campbell's soup cans.
Nope. Different artist.
Different. Who's that?
Yeah. That's Pistachio.
Yep.
Robert Pistachio.
Pistachio
I love
Warhol.
his work.
Yep.
So
Oh, there it is. Warhol.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to take it north of the border to Canada. This is
That border.
This is from Amy up in Edmonton. And
Okay.
One of my favorite places.
I feel like this is cliche, Amy, but you're leading with a hockey question, which is kind of funny from a Canadian.
Come on.
She says you can coach the hockey team from the Mighty Ducks, or Josh's little league soccer team. Which do you choose?
that's a great question.
That's an amazing question.
Amy from Edmonton, Canada.
That's right.
Gold question.
That's a toughie.
Yeah.
I would coach Josh's
I'm on that
little league
team.
soccer team. Yeah, I want to coach little you.
Oh, I had my shirt off the whole time.
I'm gonna pull you aside and go, "Hey, bud, you're gonna do great things one day."
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Somebody needs to coach Josh for sure.
I'd kick you right in the knee.
It wouldn't be me. I don't want anything to do with a child version of Josh. I feel like at some point I'd probably want to trip him as he's running by.
You're looking at a child version of Josh.
Yeah, I know, and I want to trip you all the time.
Do you remember when early on in the show, Josh told that story when he was on the soccer field and he had 2 fake tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And he was
yeah.
scratching his arms to try and get the tattoos
He's not
off.
doing anything to benefit the team. I don't want him on there.
So
But
you're
the Mighty Ducks, though? Come
Meet those
on,
celebrities?
man. They're
Cameron is saying he
celebrities.
wants to be the Emilio Estevez
I
of the
am.
Mighty Ducks
Yep.
universe.
Oh,
Gordon Bombay.
absolutely.
Gordon Bombay. You guys remember at
Just
the
call me
end of
Cameron Bombay.
Oh, me? I'd coach me. Thanks.
you would coach your a little version of yourself.
Yeah. And take myself down. Toughen me up a little bit.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I got a lot of weaknesses.
And you would know them.
I would know them.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
That left knee is weak. I'm going to take it out.
That's a really good question.
That's a good question, Amy. Thanks. This last one, we're going to come back to Florida. This is from Jacksonville, from Ashlyn. She just wants to know what you guys' individual plans are for the summer, what you guys are going to do.
Hang out with Ashlyn.
Yeah.
Whoa, in Jacksonville.
Wow.
Hello.
That's what's on my calendar. No, I don't know. I genuinely, my in-laws are from Jacksonville, so probably going to Jacksonville this summer.
Yeah. I'm a teacher, so man, I am relaxing this summer. Probably not. I'll be busy somehow. Probably,
Habitat for Humanity.
Being a dad, just
houses.
having fun being a dad and recording some music and just hanging with these guys every week.
Yeah.
Josh said he wanted to push a kid off a bridge.
Ideally.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can streak the coast of Florida.
The whole coast.
Yeah. Just to see
Not
which town is a real prude.
Not much of it's downhill.
Not just one side though. Like you're gonna go all the way down
I'm doing
and
the
all the
whole
way back
peninsula.
up.
Really?
I ain't gonna go for a world record.
He's gonna have to like swim the Keys though.
Look for me in Jacksonville Beach.
Come on.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Josh.
So, I got this window of time here.
Okay.
Right.
And
Your segment?
that's what we
This
call
guy's
it.
getting philosophical right away.
And
You got 5 minutes.
Okay. And I would like to use this space instead of reading like our listeners' letters.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to use this space here to build myself.
I see what you're saying.
Build yourself.
as a confidence builder.
That's exactly what I'm going to use it for.
So you think hosting a considerably popular podcast is for your own benefit?
Well, now it is.
Okay, I got you.
Because I haven't had any of those positive returns yet.
Okay.
And with confidence, it's kind of king, right?
Confidence breeds confidence.
And you guys know, not a big confident dude.
Right.
You're totally confident.
Well, I don't make eye contact with the mirror.
You're wearing your Harvard sweater.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
I mean, I feel really good in it. It's really
Harvard
warm.
didn't send Cameron and I a sweater.
I know.
Well, you got to
So
send him
smart.
$75. So I want to use this to gain my confidence.
Okay.
But with that level of introspection, I wanted to know where I kind of got slammed on the ground and dragged through the mud and lost my confidence.
Okay.
Right?
Are we there? Are we doing therapy for you right now?
Kind of. Well, I
Okay.
kind of stopped paying the counselor therapist.
You
that
want
I was
us to
going
find out where you lost your confidence.
Well, I've already kind of looked into it,
Okay.
and I think I know where it happened.
Okay. Tell us about it.
It was my first year in the Christian school, and I
Okay.
would get dropped off early,
Right.
and I would have to stay late.
Right. Because you were fervent at the time.
I'm sure that's a word.
Yeah. You were passionate about it.
I was passionate about it.
Right.
So after soccer season, I didn't really have much to do in
Right.
the afternoon.
Right.
Sitting on the bench kind of got old.
Right.
So I looked to these clubs that were happening.
Right.
Of course, there was badminton.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have the ups for that,
Okay.
or the racket, which is a key ingredient.
You got to have the equipment.
Yeah. Foursquare was
Right.
popping off.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have the spins and the
But you were the fifth ball. I mean, you were the fifth square.
I was the fifth man.
Yeah.
And that's hard. So I joined this little extracurricular activity called debate.
No way. You were on the debate team?
I
Okay.
was. Well,
Okay.
I don't know if I was I didn't get jumped in,
I see what you're saying.
but I was on the outskirts. I was like a freelance
You were an alternate on the debate team.
You
I
were the
was.
fifth square of the debate
of the
team.
debate.
Okay.
So I joined this class knowing that I can kind of just hang in the back
Right.
and almost be like a audience participant going boo or yeah.
Oh, I see what
And
you're
then
saying.
like 3 weeks in, teach is like, hey, if you want to earn the points, you got to get up there and the
and
debate.
do the work.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
argue.
You got to argue.
Right.
So they're like, next week, you and Deborah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he plucks you off the reserves to put you against Deborah.
Yep. Debate
Okay.
Deborah.
And she's
Debate
good.
Deborah.
Oh, yeah. She's real good.
Yeah.
So, of course, they give you like a day to prepare.
Okay.
Right. You have
And,
the topic. You know
Yep.
what's going on.
and they go, okay, your topic. And this is before there was a lot of research into it. Your
Right.
topic, global warming.
No. Wow.
Yeah. And I'm going up against debate Deborah, and she is saying it's not real. I'm saying it's real.
Okay.
And I'm talking like 9th or 10th grade. So
99.
This is right when Al Gore just lost it.
Yeah, and Bill Nye hasn't really done an expose on it.
Okay. Right. He hasn't broken it down for you.
No.
Okay.
And Beekman's World wasn't even around.
No.
So next day shows up. I'm like, I got my paperwork that I'm like, global warming is something I've heard of, and it exists.
Yeah. It is real.
That was the point that you were going to stand on for the entire debate.
Yeah, I had like 3 sheets.
Did you? Okay, so I picture you sitting down and you lean forward and you go, global warming's real, and you drop the microphone.
Boom.
I wish it was that so much of a power move.
Right. Yeah.
But Deborah shows up. Deborah's got Tupperware.
And full of facts.
It's just filed away. Yeah.
What?
I think she's prepared for any rebuttal I would have.
You can use notes in debate club?
Oh, yeah. And they supposedly debate like speaking fast is the thing. I didn't know this either.
Well, it's to catch the other person off guard.
Well,
make them lose confidence.
It did. Well, I lost confidence.
Yeah.
Deborah gets up there. She does 3 minutes.
Right.
At the end of the 3 minutes, I'm like, you know what? She's probably right. So they tell me go, and I'm like, okay, global warming. To address Deborah, I'm convinced actually.
So you automatically just gave her the victory.
Yeah,
your opponent turned you.
I didn't know like even if I didn't believe I was still supposed to debate. Like I thought it was just kind of like.
But is the point of debate club to just debate the other side even if you don't believe in it?
I guess so. But that's where the confidence comes from. And I didn't have that.
Right.
And I'm hoping I used this platform.
What you didn't have were facts. You didn't have enough index cards, it sounds like.
Thank you. Yeah.
Enough research time.
Yeah, right. Okay. So we'll base it on not enough statistics and
so
facts.
You want to use your current platform to do what? Get better at debate?
No, just to build that. Now, since that day, I've kind of been hesitant with confrontation because I'm usually always like, okay, yeah, they're probably right.
I see what you're saying. You're agreeable.
I'm agreeable.
Now, let me ask you a question.
I'm hoping to build that husk.
When the server comes up and takes your order at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you give it to him.
Yes.
Okay. You give them exactly what you detailed food. Mm-hmm. They come back.
Tuna sandwich.
And they hand you a tuna sandwich.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I say, thank you. Looks good.
You just eat it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to send it back. No.
You're saying your inability to question a hospitality server is based on the fact that you lost a debate to Deborah in 9th grade.
I'd say that was the pinnacle. That was the genesis.
How can we build your confidence now?
Well, I'm hoping to make up for that. I'll go back in time in my head.
You want us to stroke your ego, it sounds like.
I want to debate here now.
Wait, what?
No.
Yeah, I've picked the topic.
That's not
I've
what
researched
this
it.
I don't debate.
I've researched it.
You've researched a topic.
Yes.
That's not fair.
You didn't tell us what the topic was.
This is personal growth. Why are y'all fighting this?
Okay.
In order to
let me start.
So you specifically want to have a debate with somebody that did not have
unprepared.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Who are you debating? Me or Cameron?
You'll find out in a minute.
Oh Jesus.
Oh God.
Orenthal J. Simpson, better known as OJ, has some roots in Florida.
Okay.
But not as many as another OJ. That's right. Orange juice.
No.
OJ comes in many forms.
Right.
But the two most often consumed are with pulp and without pulp, or sans pulp.
Those are the only two forms, by the way.
Yeah.
The debate will be 1 minute each. Josh will be pro drinking OJ in pulp, with pulp.
Right.
With pulp.
Cameron will be OJ is innocent.
What?
I'll start.
My
orange juice.
Wait, what?
Orange juice is a delicious drink. The pulp acts like a food and a drink. Okay. I think it satisfies both hunger and thirst, and I think it's really delicious. I don't even need. I give the rest of my time to Cam to now debate that OJ is innocent. Orenthal J. Simpson is innocent. Go ahead, Cam. Oh, God.
Josh just took his headphones off.
I'm done here.
Mic drop.
Confidence.
I don't
It's
even
back,
know where
baby.
to start. I mean, I don't know where to start because it's so obvious that he was innocent. Okay.
Oh my God.
No!
Oh my God.
John Rodney Mullen was born August 17th, 1966 in Gainesville, Florida.
Okay, we have
Nice.
a Florida native.
Great year to grow up.
That was a great year to grow up. His parents started calling him Rodney from a very young age, so we're going to honor that, do the same thing.
Oh, he's a kid that goes by his middle name too?
Just
Oh.
like, yeah.
Just like me.
most of us in the room. Ashley Cameron Hayes. Josh, I won't go through the rest of them. Podcaster.
Right.
Yep.
So his father was a dentist and a very strict individual.
Cool.
Okay.
Prior to being a dentist, he had been in the military. So Rodney said that there were days that his dad was so strict that you didn't call him dad, you just called him sir.
I could see that.
Like any respectable son.
Yeah.
Possibly. I think
I mean,
what he's
I called
referring
my dad Mr. Podcaster Senior.
Right.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
Your kids call you sir, right?
No, but I think it's mainly more so like,
Okay.
They hate you.
yeah, they don't respect me.
Right. You need to get your house under control.
Yeah.
I'm working on it, but I'm always here in the studio.
Amen.
I don't have time.
Amen, sir.
Here's the thing. It's very common in the military, but I think as a kid, what he was referring to was like, if you can't say dad, you got to say sir.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of intimidating.
Like, I love you, sir.
Right. It doesn't have the same ring.
It doesn't.
Regardless, Rodney had a pretty normal childhood up until about 1977 when he discovered something that would change his life forever.
Oh
So
my
he's
gosh.
10, 11,
I know.
66. Yeah.
Cheetos Puffs came out that year.
Yep. That was a good year.
They changed my life.
That was a good year.
Soft serve ice cream also came out that year.
Did it?
Did it?
Yeah.
You're thinking-
77. It was a gold year.
Okay. Yeah.
You both chose
He's right.
some pretty sensitive snacks.
Now they didn't have they didn't have chocolate yet, but just vanilla.
Just vanilla. Yeah.
a neighborhood,
But it was soft serve.
It was soft serve.
A neighborhood friend invited Rodney over to play one Saturday,
For a
and
pool
to
party.
Rodney's surprise, his friend had a brand new skateboard.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And they were going to ride that to the Cheetos and the soft serve?
While eating ice cream. So basically, they roll around in this guy's driveway for a couple hours. But it just made Rodney sad because he knew that his super strict father would never allow him to have one.
Wait, skateboards were new in 77?
Yeah, but do you ever have that, like, whenever you're a kid, like, you know your parents aren't going to let you have something, so while you're playing, like, with your friend's Xbox or something, you're
No,
like,
Zorb. My friend had a Zorb and a hill, and I was like, I want to get in that Zorb and roll down the hill. And my dad wouldn't let me have a big 15-foot inflatable thing for me to get into.
Yeah,
I connect more with the Xbox situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking more middle class. I forgot the audience.
Mine was a GameCube. So I was
GameCube
always
was the
excited to
best.
play with it, but I was also slightly depressed because I knew I would never have
God,
it.
I know the Zorb. I really wanted it.
Yeah, I wish you got one of those too, because then I would have got to play with it.
Amen.
So that night, long after the sun had gone down, Rodney, he walks in his front door with a plan to convince his father to buy him a skateboard.
Right.
Wow.
How
old is he?
You got to have your debate points ready.
He's a kiddo at this point.
do.
So he explains to his dad, look, I've had so much fun today and I was really good. You know, this is the first time I've ever been on one and I felt like I was doing really good. He's throwing his dad like all of his best material.
Mm-hmm.
And Rodney's father, he listens intently, but then he replies, you're going to get hurt.
Yep.
Right.
You're never going to be any good.
Okay.
Oof.
And the culture of skateboarding is for bums.
Okay. So there's 2 points in there.
Right.
That
Seemed a little personal.
I was kind of expecting. The second one, though,
You'll never be good? The third one, I get because skateboarders weren't wearing ties at the time.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
You
They
remember
were
that
kind of
movie,
bummish.
The Christmas Story, where the kid wanted to BB gun?
Tim Allen.
Right. And his parents were like, you'll shoot your eye out.
Right.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
This is what Rodney's dad said to him, but like on steroids. He said, look, you're not going to be any good. And if you do so, you're going to be homeless.
Well, probably
Right.
because
Jeez.
he thought he'd knock his teeth out. And
Right.
he's like, I'm not doing that dental work for free. And
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
yep.
Daddy don't work for free. Am I right?
Yeah,
Amen.
Sir
Daddy
Dentist.
don't work for free.
So Rodney, he went to his room and decided, like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I need a different hobby. To this day, he doesn't know what exactly made his dad change his mind.
Wait, so his dad was so good at debating that he went into his bedroom. He's like, maybe I don't want to be a skateboarder.
Yeah, very similar to you and Deborah.
I get it now.
Very similar. But basically a few weeks later, on New Year's Day, his father comes to his room and goes, look, do you know if the skate shop is open today or
You said New Year's Day? Not to interrupt again.
Yeah, he went all through Christmas without giving them this present.
And it's the holiday you want to remove, Cameron?
Jeez. I know.
No, I love Christmas.
No,
New Year's. Yeah, I hate
know.
New Year's.
But basically, that's when his father comes in his room and says, look, do you know if the skate shop is open? Kind of like a symbol of, we're going to get you one. You know what I mean? One of those things. So luckily for Rodney, it was open.
Okay.
And he got his first skateboard. So at the time, he's 10 years old.
Yep.
And his dad had some safety stipulations.
Okay.
Zorb. You got to be in a Zorb.
You got to be in a Zorb. No injuries.
Yeah.
He wants him to wear padding.
Okay.
Like constantly.
Yeah, that's fine.
And he says, you can only practice in our garage.
Well,
come again?
Okay. Skateboards are for travel.
Right.
At this time?
Yeah. So
they get you places way quicker.
Oh, yeah.
And then you hit cool ramps on the way.
Yes, you do.
Well, that was the problem. Rodney wasn't allowed near any ramps. He had to stay in the garage. To kind of paint a picture of where his father was coming from, he was concerned because Rodney was born with a condition that caused him to have severe pigeon toe.
Okay.
So he had trouble walking, and every night he had to wear these like special corrective boots.
Yeah, then his dad, it kind of makes sense.
No,
right, he was protecting his son.
Yeah.
He kind of feels like out of all the hobbies you could have picked, man, like this isn't a good one.
You're just going to get disappointed in yourself.
Right.
Right. He said, you'll never be good at this pigeon toe.
Yeah.
Oh, God. PT, they call it.
PT.
Oh, PT.
So he was very protective. But it allowed Rodney, to kind of practice in isolation in his garage as long as he was padded up. He could do this.
See, now I'm annoyed because I get that I'm staying in the garage, but now I'm padded up again?
That's just embarrassing.
Yeah, just like covered in foam wrapping. So Rodney was super grateful for this.
Yeah.
But the problem was that at this point in the 1970s, literally no one was getting good at skateboarding by just practicing in their garage.
No, it's not possible.
If you were a skater and you took it seriously, you were looking for an empty pool to practice in.
Yep.
This was called Vert Skating.
Yeah, that's Vert
That's
skating.
the stuff.
That's the
VERT.
Get high.
So, you would stand on the edge of an empty concrete pool, and you would drop in so that you could gain a ton of speed, a bunch of height, and do as many tricks as possible. That was what serious skaters were doing.
Yep.
But Rodney's not able to do that.
That's what's making it in the magazines.
100%.
Yeah.
That was skate culture. Rodney's stuck in his garage, all padded up.
It's not. There's no bowl in there.
There's no bowl in his garage. It's a normal, what we call like flat concrete.
Okay. And this kid's wearing two mattresses, one on the front, one on the back.
Right.
Okay.
And he's still pigeon-toed.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not looking good.
This poor kid.
Luckily for him, Rodney had an older sister who had a ton of surfer friends.
Okay.
And these surfer friends would use empty pools to practice literally every day of the week. So his mindset is, look, if I can convince my older sister's friends that I'm cool enough to hang out with them, maybe I can practice in like an empty pool as well.
Right.
Nope, never going to happen. As a kid.
You just got to convince your sister to take you with you that you're cool.
No.
Yeah,
my older sister was a high school cheerleader. I was in middle school. I'm like, I just got to convince them I'm cool.
Right.
That never happened at all.
It's difficult. It's difficult to do. So Rodney spends all day, every day, practicing whatever he can in his garage. And, instead of doing tricks in an empty pool, this guy is just doing them on flat ground. Unbeknownst to him, this style of skating was called freestyle skating.
Okay.
So in Rodney's head, look, this is all I have, right? Like I'm in a garage. This isn't, this is the only option available to me.
Garage skating.
Yeah,
right.
I called it rod skating.
But what he was doing was basically getting really, really good at a style that he didn't know even existed.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
To discover there are other people stuck in their garage.
Yeah, exactly. So eventually, he was given a chance to show off for his sister's older friends. So imagine this, right? Imagine being like these friends. You're 16 or 17.
Yep, no shirt on.
No shirt on. You're a surfer.
Tan.
You're looking great.
Sun in.
Yeah, you're covered in oil. And you come to this house and you see this 10-year-old boy just crushing it freestyle skating on the front lawn.
Toes like a pigeon.
Yeah.
Toes like a pigeon.
And so
he can almost fly.
they were stoked to basically bring Rodney along. Like, this kid's good. Yep. He's kind of like a novelty. He's a 10-year-old. He's crushing it. So a few days later, Rodney was dropping in headfirst into his first empty concrete pool.
Was he landing head first? Because that's how I did it.
That's exactly how it went for me.
In middle school, that was it for me. And
all three of us have a common story.
I want to pause here for a second, because if you haven't ever done this, dropping into a pool or any kind of bowl on a skateboard, it's absolutely terrifying.
It's your first act of courage as a kid, usually.
Oh, for sure. Like you have to commit. Like, you have to lean forward, because if you hesitate at all, like, best case scenario, you're bruising like your butt, but worst case, your face is busted out.
I was a fall backwards kid.
You fell backwards?
Yeah, I didn't lean too far forward.
You tend to lean that way so that you don't. Yeah, it's super intimidating.
You're backside heavy.
I am. The tuft on me always tracks me down.
You fall on the bank.
Yeah, amen.
Right. But for Rodney, he was a natural. In fact, 1 year after getting his first skateboard in 1978, Rodney Mullen entered his first championship tournament.
Wow.
What?
So he ended up placing
for
fifth.
freestyle.
No, Vert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vert. So he ended up placing fifth in the U.S. Open.
But he just started doing Vert.
Right.
He's like, I did this for the first time last week.
Yeah, he's like, I'm new here. Let me give it a shot.
Okay.
He ended up placing fifth in the U.S. Open Championship at Kona Skate Park in Jacksonville, Florida.
Gosh, Jesus.
So within a year, this kid goes from, hey, my neighbor friend has a skateboard, can I have one?
Right.
To fifth place in a national championship.
I can't imagine he had the highest quality board. Like, I get, like, his neighbor probably had one, but you're not buying, like,
his dad's
a professional level.
Yeah. Oh, he's got that dentist money.
Oh, okay.
They said the bottom of his deck,
porcelain.
The bottom of his deck had teeth on it.
Nice. Helps him grind, though.
And it said dentist, sir.
He's like, do you grind your teeth at night?
Right.
I do on my skateboard.
It's flossing all over the kids.
Right.
Oh my God.
So basically, while he's at this tournament, skateboard manufacturer Bruce Walker was present, and he decides to sponsor Rodney Mullen on the spot. This guy is super connected in the industry. Yep. He had previously worked with Kelly Slater, who's a world famous surfer.
Right.
Yeah.
Walker Skateboards was really influential. And so in the following years, Rodney Mullen went on to win 30 consecutive amateur competitions.
What? How many?
Culminating with him winning his first place national at the Oceanside Nationals in June of 1979. So this kid goes on to win.
He started in 77, though.
Right.
Yeah. And he's, 12 years old?
Yeah. 2 years later,
here.
he wins his first national championship. So as you can imagine, this kid's on the rise. He's 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's placing first in literally every
how
competition.
annoyed
he hasn't even hit puberty yet.
Right.
Oh, no. He's not even strong yet.
No, and he's not. And he's doing barely tiny little jumps.
Right.
Yeah.
Tiny little baby jumps.
But with style.
Right. But as life would have it, in the middle of this like burst of success, his parents let him know, look, we're going to be moving.
I thought you were going to say his parents said, like, turned the leaf and like, okay, we see that you have success. We're going to support
we
you.
support you now.
Yeah.
We're going to buy you a real helmet. No, Rodney's family moved to the countryside of Gainesville. So if you've ever been to North Florida, there's a very distinct difference between like city Gainesville and like country area
Gainesville.
Rodney's family's moving to the country.
Well, that seems counterproductive to
skateboarding. Rodney said himself that from July 1979 to August of 1980, he experienced more creative breakthroughs than any other period in his life because he was totally in isolation.
Okay. So that was beneficial for him?
Right. So
I feel like most people would like give up at that point if there's no one else doing what you're doing.
Right.
Nowhere to do it.
Right.
Like that just like attests to how good he was.
How dedicated he is.
Yeah, but you thought you had it bad in the garage, and now
here's a cow field.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of times like passion makes up for talent. But this kid had both. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he was really, really gifted. And so
he was passionate about how talented he was.
100%. He believed in himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Josh does now after the debate earlier.
I sure do. Right. I won that debate.
Yeah, you did. There's no other kids around. There's nobody around, no other opportunities. He's out in the country skating alone without an audience. He actually said this. This is a quote from Rodney. He says, I went from skating for thousands of people to skating for a few dozen crows on my family's farm.
Okay.
A few dozen crows. That's a murder.
Oh, yeah. That is a murder.
And they're hard to impress, crows.
They've seen it all.
They're a grouchy bird.
Yeah.
Real
grumpy.
The perk of this was it forced him to be creative in freestyle skating, right?
How many tricks do you think he came up with where it was like crow names or bird related? I call this the blackbird.
Yeah, the crow hop.
The crow hop.
Yeah, basically, he doesn't have an empty pool to dive into.
No.
He's just doing tricks casually on the sidewalk without a ramp. Just like he used to back in his garage.
Yeah.
Whenever he was 10, the ripe young age of
2
10.
years ago.
2 years ago. So after a year of isolation, Rodney convinced his parents to allow him to enter the Oasis Pro competition. So this thing is
this sounds
massive.
legit.
Yeah, a massive competition.
Pro is on the end of it.
Right.
So at the age of 14,
oh my gosh,
Rodney enters this competition and he defeats the world champion Steve Rocco.
I assume that these other guys have to be full-grown men.
Right. Strong, big muscles. Big muscles for skateboarders.
Yeah.
And
big calves.
Rodney comes in, 14 years old, dethrones the king.
Wow.
Jeez. So naturally, this is a big deal. Everyone's coming up to him. They're freaking out. This kid just dethroned the champ.
Dan Rocco, you're out.
Steve Rocco, you're out.
Close.
Here's the thing. As all these people are congratulating him, Rodney said that out of everyone, this one kid in particular stands out. Keep in mind, Rodney's just 14.
Yeah.
He says a 12-year-old boy came up to him. He shook his hand. He said, "Hey, my name is Tony Hawk.
Okay.
That's a good name for skating.
And I'm really excited to meet you."
Jeez.
So these two legends, that moment began a lifelong friendship between the two. So Rodney went on to pioneer a trick that just about everyone on the planet is familiar with, even if you have a general knowledge of skateboarding.
Okay.
He pioneered this trick called the Ollie.
Wait, I thought that was just known.
Right, like by default. So
why
the
would
Ollie,
you call it the Rodney?
Well, you can kind of do it when you're in a bowl skating, but the flat ground Ollie is the building block for literally everything in street skating.
Yeah, right. I can go ahead and tell you how to do it.
Go ahead.
Slam the back foot down.
Right.
Okay.
Push the front foot up the board.
Right.
Your shoe will grip along the grip tape. That'll pull the board and jump simultaneously. Right. So it's like 3 moves within a half a second, and you're off the ground maybe 3 inches.
That's Rodney Mullen.
Yep.
That's him right there.
It's just wild that nobody else had done it.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
Yes,
it literally is the building, like that's the cornerstone for just about every trick you can think of. So Tony Hawk, he actually said this about Rodney in his biography. This is a quote. He says, "Freestyle is directly responsible for street skating, and Rodney Mullen figured out how to ollie on the flat ground, and street skating would not be the same. It would not exist without him."
People had to faint at seeing him come off the ground.
Like a wizard.
Yeah.
Like a wizard.
What's happening? Witchcraft.
Tony says, if you're a skater, every time you ollie, you should get on your knees and thank Rodney Mullen.
Amen.
Well, that just seems hard to get anything done at that point.
Yeah.
I'm grateful though.
That's can I just do once a day?
Gratitude.
Yeah.
It's an attitude of gratitude.
Okay,
Amen.
good to know.
Yeah.
So Rodney went on to invent 33 new tricks.
Gosh.
Okay.
And again, that number is contested because people believe he actually should be credited with like 60.
Well, anything under the Ollie.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, if you're going up in the air on a skateboard, thank Rodney.
Yeah, but officially 33. This guy goes out, he invents dozens of new tricks. He's now a staple in professional competition.
Right.
In May of 2013, Rodney Mullen was introduced into the Skateboarding Hall of Fame. After the ceremony, pro skater Paul Rodriguez said, this is a quote, "Rodney Mullen invented damn near everything we do in street skateboarding. Just about every trick that we're still doing to this day, this guy came up with."
And he's in Dogtown and the Z-Boys.
There he is.
Yeah.
So Transworld Magazine is huge in skate culture. They said that Rodney Mullen built the house that skateboarding currently lives in.
And he's in Tony Hawk, the game.
Right. and that's what's crazy. It's
that's his biggest feature.
I'm in a video game
That's
now.
where I found out about it.
Right. So Rodney is retired now, and he says that now the only time he skates is at night in his neighborhood when no one's watching.
Okay.
Okay, so he's inventing like secret moves, and he doesn't want to be spied on. I get it.
Yeah, I think now it's just more solitude. Like basically after everything he's accomplished, he said that he just enjoys doing it quietly, like he used to back on his family's farm as a kid. He's conquered arguably everything you could in that field.
Right.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I'm doing it for pleasure in my backyard.
And the crows. A lot of crows in that area still.
In this neighborhood.
Well, they follow him now.
Could you imagine living there and then you're like, there's this older guy down the street just slamming tricks at
crazy
9:30 p.m. An amazing Florida man, a living legend.
I can't believe a Florida man basically invented skateboarding.
Yeah, the way we know it. The way we know it, yeah.
I don't really see that many skateboarders anymore. I feel like when we were younger,
once security guards got popular,
everyone wanted less
100%.
Everyone was skateboarding when we were kids.
I was.
We're grateful for Rodney, and we are grateful for our live streamers.
Yes, we are.
Thank streaming you, now. We appreciate you guys. God bless you.
Hey.
Hi there. Listen, patreon.com/FMOFM podcast is where you can find the live streaming kind of bonus material. FMOFM podcast is where you can find us on TikTok.
Ooh,
that's right. On Instagram, Twitter, all over the place. Episode 129.
Wow, we did it. I got my confidence back. And I'm ready to take on the world.
I bet you are. And I just want to say this. On our way out, Josh is going to pop shove it here in the studio.
Yep.
We have a microphone down on the bottom of a skateboard.
Okay.
You're going to hear everything he does.
Yeah.
And
you're welcome.
Very good.